Good morning. This is Tukulor. Um, I just wanted to come and talk about my disappointment with QTV for refusing to air an episode of their Viewpoint program uh, where Coach Pasamba Jau, a legend of the movement to restore democracy in the Gambia, he lives in the United States. He was invited by the brilliant host of the TV program, Sergio Brito, and in his company was also Dr. Ibrahim Ismail Assise, who many people know, obviously, that Barrow doesn't care for him because of the truths he tells about Barrow. I think one of the things that was shocking to me is that QTV, when it was launched, they were really ushered into the Gambian TV sphere by DSTV, a television station in Senegal, which actually, if many people remember during the struggle, DSTV was one of the few outlets that Gambians could go to in Senegal and talk about Yahya Jammeh. And actually, Pap Ale, I think, if I remember his name, used to have programs about Yahya Jammeh all the time. So that shows how democratic that medium is, only to train, train QTV, and QTV kind of turns around and does what they did. One of the things that people need to know in the Gambia is that this happened at GRTS, okay? Ansu Jack had his Giz program, and you had Dr. Cisse there. See? Dr. Cisse again. You had Dr. Cisse there. It was a brilliant program. All of us Gambians, every Thursday evening, we could not wait to watch Giz. But guess what happened? GRTS, in their own shenanigans, found a way until, Ansu decided to leave GRTS. And guess what? When Ansu left, all of us, we barely watch GRTS. I only watch GRTS when there's something very, very, important to watch, which hardly happens nowadays. So a lot of us Gambians actually took on, when Ansu left, we all moved on to Sergio Brito, because this is a young, vibrant mind who has a beautiful interview style. So last night, here we were. We saw Ahmad Ba. We saw him on QTV in place of the program that was supposed to be aired. And I'm looking at, for 2 minutes, I tuned out, actually. And I'm like, so they could bring Ahmad Ba here, this useless guy who insults everybody, this useless guy who has no substance, and they bring him to do government propaganda and self-aggrandizement versus bringing a legend like Coach Pasamba Jau. And for them to nix that program, they must have watched it. And I can swear to you that Coach is actually, in my case, once in a while when I'm mad, I'll say things that are not appropriate. But Coach is the most structured, most cultured in terms of how he talks. We all saw him when he went to Fatu Network. When he talked, we all appreciated it. There's nothing he said that was insulting or demeaning of the president, except that it was all fact. Truths need to be accepted as truths. You don't look at people and say, I'm not going to air this program because you're critical of the government. Mr. Ja, you opened QTV and you brought a lot of hope to Gambians that there will be a TV station that will be independent, from government influence. And here you are. By you refusing to air this episode, you have demonstrated that you are intimidated by Adama Barrow, who gets mad at everybody against him. It is not you who is against Adama Barrow. It is not you who was telling the truths. And when people come onto your medium and say things, that doesn't mean you don't love your country. If anything, love of your country means you must air stories that are based on truth, stories that are educating to Gambians. I understand this may not be true. I understand you have political aspirations, Mr. Ja. But guess what? It will be very tough for anybody to support you right now, because if you will turn around and block somebody like Coach Pasamba Jau, one of the legends who paved the way for you to open your own TV station. Remember, when Jammeh was around, you couldn't do this. And many, many things were said about you when Jammeh was in office. But all of us gave you the benefit of the doubt, because we believed that when it comes to dictatorship, you cannot judge what people do. You cannot judge what people say. because we knew who Yahya Jammeh was and we knew how dictatorial he was. But by you demonstrating that you do not have the gut, you do not have the courage, the bravery to air a legend on Gambian TV, leaves much to be desired. Mr. Jah, guess what? I will tell you right now, once again, that when it comes to Gambian TV, it is the diaspora who watches Gambian TV. And when it comes to us, we do not waver. We're very, very, very democratic. We're very, very united in our quest to make sure that Gambia, the Gambia we fought for, becomes a Gambia where everybody is free to say what they can. We're not saying that people who insult people's parents can go ahead and do it. We're totally against that. But we're telling you right now that it is quite a disappointment. And another thing that worries me about this, we have very young, talented journalists in the Gambia right now. You have Omar Wali, Lamin Jai, Mami Sedikan, Sajo Burrito, to name a few. What example are you setting for them? When Answer Jack left GRTS, guess what happened? They brought this show called Perspective, and all of us who really liked the format that Answer Jack had, I'm like, you know what? Let me try to watch it. 5 minutes into it, I'm like, this is not it. Because that panel couldn't come out and speak the way Answer Jack's program did it. And Sajo, as I watched you in many of your engagements with people that you have interviewed, I just want you right now to make sure that I tell you, continue preserving your integrity. Do not change your interview style simply because you belong to a medium that wants to stifle the voices of the people. Do not change who you are. Once you change who you are and you mold yourself into the status quo, then you become a victim of that status quo. And I am once again saying, Coach Pa Samba Jaw, keep your head up. All of you Gambians in the diaspora, I know that the day I go to Gambia, I'm not going to any TV station because I'm going to be worse than what Coach Pa Samba Jaw did. See, for me, when I speak, I am not as structured like Coach. So this is why I'm saying, if you go to Gambia, go to the mediums, go to Fatu Network, go to Kir Fatu, go to anything else but GRTS and QTV, because what happened to Coach will happen to you. Thank you.